We have Cicely Nitsche, I hope I pronounced that correctly. Customer Assistance Centre in Maastricht is where you're coming from in Mercedes-Benz. And I have to mention as well, like Maastricht for me, I started college in 1992, which was the year of the Maastricht Treaty. So for me, the word Maastricht kind of makes me shudder a bit and think of exams, but you are going to put a whole other slant in our minds for life in Maastricht. So I'd love if you give her a lovely warm round of applause and welcome her to the stage. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Here's Cicely.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us here today for the company presentation of our company in Maastricht. So, as I was announced, my name is Cicely. I am Dutch, as you probably can hear. And yeah, we are here today to introduce you to not only the Mercedes-Benz Customer Assistance Center, but also to the lovely city of Maastricht, where we are actually located. So, if there's any questions that might rise during the presentation, I would like to ask you to save them for when we finish the presentation. Yeah? Okay. So, yeah, who are we actually and why are we here today, you might wonder? Because we are here in beautiful Dublin, but we're not actually we're not based in here. So I think it's obvious that, yeah, we are here to recruit people with certain native language skills to our company in Maastricht. So what is it that we exactly do there then? We serve our customers for 15 European countries, located all in the Netherlands, for, like I said, 15 European countries. So that means that we do want to serve our customers in their native language, and we are here today hoping that we can find people with those native languages here who are open to relocation to Maastricht, to the Netherlands. So this is, oh, okay. So this was actually to be saved to the last, but I thought, you know what, I'm just going to throw it in because I think the statement which is here on the screen is actually describing our company. So who are we? We are great people, we have a cool atmosphere, we are customer focused, and we're always on the move. And it might sound a little bit arrogant, please don't take it that way, but I think what makes us unique, our company, is our atmosphere and the diversity of cultures that we have. I'm just going to skip to to give you some figures now, and after that I'm going to tell you a little bit more also on what we do. I have a colleague here as well who's been through the whole journey, relocating from Ireland to Maastricht and developed her career within the company. She will be on stage quickly also. So I'll do this later, but I first want to just show you some numbers. So currently we have over 1,300 people working for us. More than 22 languages actually at the moment are spoken within our company. Yeah, we have 69 different people coming from different countries and more than 42 nationalities working for us. So you can only imagine what kind of melting pot our company is and how international we are. And I think that is also the main reason that, yes, we are actually a German company. We are based in the Netherlands, but we cannot be described as German or Dutch because of these figures, actually. So, what is it then actually what kind of service is it, you might wonder, that we offer our customers? We offer business to business and business to consumer. I'm going to start with business to consumer. So, we offer roadside assistance. So, whenever you drive a Mercedes, you have a breakdown in one of the countries that we serve, you ring us up and we'll make sure you get back on the road as soon as possible. It sounds really easy. Of course, there's a whole process behind it, but this is what we do day and night, 365 days a year, 24 hours per day. Our agents or our customer service representatives are there for you to service you. Then we have the more regular customer service, where you can call us with your complaint, with your questions, everything you would like to know when you want, for example, to buy a new car, or when you bought a car and there's something wrong. So our colleagues are then again dealing with you as a customer and can help you solve the complaint that you might have with your retailer, with your dealer, or whatever situation it might be. Then we also have support for our dealer network. So that means that a dealer has a certain problem with software, with the mechanics, whatsoever, and we have a whole department also helping our dealer network, so the business-to-business side. So this is mainly the core business. This is also how for the 15 European countries that I was just telling you about. There's obviously more to it. We are a daughter of the Daimler mothership in Stuttgart, but we are fully operated by ourselves. So we have a finance department, we have an HR department, we have a communication department, workforce management, process management, a large IT department where we developed our own software. So actually, yes, we are a part of Daimler, but actually totally independently operating from Maastricht. Yeah? Okay, I'm going to give the word to my colleague Aisling, who's going to tell you a little bit about her journey from Ireland to Maastricht.
Hi, my name is Aisling McManus. As you can hear from my accent, I am definitely not Dutch. I'm actually from County Down, a lovely place called Nitsche. I first found out about the job 3 years ago, and I decided that I wanted to move over to the Netherlands because I had just finished my degree, and I decided I did not want to continue. I just kind of wanted to move abroad for a little bit, and I just fancied this job really. So I got into it, and as you can see, 3 years later, I didn't leave because I absolutely loved the company. When I arrived, I did expect, like, I heard the words contact center, and I really did think that it was like a open plan call center environment, but it's not. It is an office job, and it is fully designed to cater to our customers' needs. As you can see, we have the Mercedes-Benz brand. I don't know if you've seen our stand yet, but the brand is extremely important to us, and therefore we need the best customer service in order to maintain the image of the brand and also to support customer loyalty. I started in customer service as a customer service representative, but I really, really enjoyed it at the time. I thought the huge multicultural atmosphere that was about Maastricht was fantastic. There's a massive university, and as a result, yeah, it's a bit like Cicely said, it is a huge melting pot. I joined Customer Service UK, where I was met with other people who had actually relocated from the UK and Ireland over to Maastricht, so that they were able to provide, yeah, as Cicely said, customer service in their native tongue by natives. So I got in, and there was a variety of people who had been through the exact same experience as me, relocating all the way from home over to the Netherlands. I genuinely thought it was going to be very, very difficult. However, it was not. The company helped me out so much during that time. They provided me with 8 weeks free accommodation at the beginning, and then further assistance with the relocation package to really ensure that I was fully settled in. Not only that, they provided a lot of external activities, so to really promote a sense of community between people who come from the same place. So that was 3 years ago, and at the time I didn't envisage myself as really progressing in the company. Again, as I said, I kind of wanted just a break and to live abroad, but actually I loved it so much that I stayed, and now I run the team that I began in. So the opportunities are huge. It's not just progression upwards, it's progression sideways as well. As you can see from the stats there, we have over 1,300 employees. As the company grows, more departments grow and are introduced. So there's so many opportunities, and it feels really, really good to be part of a company that is not shrinking but is constantly growing. And that's it from my end. I invite my colleague Cicely back onto stage, and if anybody should have any questions, we will try our best to answer them for you.
So, I'm here with the microphone if anyone has a question they would like to start with. Do I get to ask the first question again? Because you're talking about relocating, and I suppose the question I suspect you get asked a lot of the time is relocation, how expensive it is any of it covered? Maybe you talk a little bit about your experience of that.
Well, whenever I joined the company, well, I had an assessment day basically, and then they hired me straight the next day. So I obviously had a lot of questions about, right, how am I going to get over here from Nitsche to Maastricht? How am I going to get rent? What's going to happen? And the company were really, really good in talking me through everything. They set me up in a hotel for 8 weeks until I could find my feet, like they do with any new employee. We need people from the country that we're supporting. So we need people from the UK and Ireland. So we are investing very much in getting people over, and we are investing as well in maintaining a relationship with them. And you know, it's going to be difficult if you're completely relocating to a new country, and that's why you need a support network. The company put us up for 8 weeks initially, and then there's also further financial supports to ensure that you get into your own apartment or house by yourself.
So Cicely, something you wouldn't have had to be concerned with because you're from Maastricht.
Yes.
But I'm wondering, is it the kind of city that's very much tied up in red tape? So like when Aisling moved over, you know, is it very difficult to open a bank account, or is that the kind of thing that you guys help with? Because you know when you move, those basic things can just slow you down so much.
Yeah. It isn't actually, and also there we have a great support system. So actually you have to apply for certain social security numbers when you move to the Netherlands. But this is all, at least, you know, an appointment is all arranged by us. We'll take you to the bank, we'll take you to the city council to arrange all that. So there's a whole first day actually arranged purely to do all these administrative things so that you're landed softly, and then you can fully concentrate as of day 2 on the initial training that we offer. And that's actually maybe a nice bridge to put to, well, if you start working for us, we have an orientation day, that's the first day, where you'll be introduced to the whole Customer Assistance Center. We'll help you with all the paperwork. And from day 2, you'll start the initial training. So this is where we train you 4 weeks in theory on our systems, on communication, on products, on everything you would need to know to be able to do the job. And of course, after 4 weeks, we don't expect you to pick up the phone and deal with our customers without any questions anymore. That would not be possible. So after that, we transfer you into a body system where you will be trained on the market and you will be attached to an experienced colleague who will then body you through until you're ready to go independently.
As I said earlier, the progression is not always upwards, it's often sideways. People have moved into training roles. The people who recently left our department went into a very specialist technical role, and they had no prior technical knowledge. They developed it while in customer service.
It's fascinating. Would any questions from the floor at this stage? You're just absorbing everything, and I know we're filming it. We're going to put it up a little bit later on Jobs Expo.ie. Was there a hand? Hello, sir. Hold on.
Every little helps.
Thank you. No, I was meaning to ask there, well, probably should preface, sorry for not having yet visited your very elegant looking stand, hopefully shortly after. Are you looking for specific qualifications, or might you be open to, say, flexibility in terms of transferability of skill sets from other qualifications for what you could be looking for right now, probably for the foreseeable future? Thank you.
Okay, it's a good question. Right now, we do have some basic things that we are looking for, but right now you don't need any background in customer service, for example. I certainly didn't. I was on a social work degree. We've had people who have come from trade jobs and have come straight into the role and really developed themselves. I am recruiting right now at our stall for people for the United Kingdom and Ireland customer services and live breakdown services as well. And one of the requirements I would like is, if not a native English speaker, I would need somebody who's maybe spent some time in the UK or Ireland and fully really grasp the customer base that we are looking to provide services for. But other than that, we don't have much basic requirements because we understand we're employing people, not CVs.
Any other questions from the floor then? I might ask you something you touched on there, the language part. Mm-hmm. In terms of living in Maastricht, obviously, well, I guess the perception is everybody speaks English in Holland, but what's Maastricht like as a city? Like, do you speak Dutch?
Not as much as I should do.
But you can live, can you, like, what's life like for you in Maastricht?
Again, where Maastricht is located, it's at the very bottom of the Netherlands, the very south, and it touches on the Belgian border and the German border as well. And it also has a massive university. As a result of this, we have so many international students and employees coming as well. We also have, we're not the only international company in Maastricht. As a result of this, Dutch is still the first language, But getting by on English is very, very easy to do because the standard of English in the Netherlands is absolutely fantastic. You've just sat and listened to Cicely talk to you this morning. It's fantastic. So although it is terrible to say that I don't speak Dutch, which I really, really should, I have been able to get by for 3 years on very, very minimum.
And if anyone is thinking of moving, maybe contacting you guys, maybe taking the leap, in terms of lifestyle, you know, Cicely, you're sort of born and bred there, but Aisling, you've moved there 3 years ago. You know, what kind of things do you do on the weekend? There's a lot of talk about work-life balance. You know, are you sitting isolated on your own, waiting for Monday morning to roll around, or are you heading off looking at, you know, the neighbouring countries?
I think it's for myself, I had a fast rise up customer service and moved into a management job fairly quickly with colleagues who had maybe started before me. So work-life balance is incredibly important for me to switch off. Maastricht is really, really good for it. I used to drive everywhere back home. I don't possess a car there because I can get from A to B by bike all the time. The weather is fantastic, and it's like Cicely touched upon, maybe some disagreement on the weather. It is most of the time fantastic. And as Cicely touched upon earlier, there's a lot of parks. We're right by the river, by the Maas, and there's lots of bars, cafes, everything. And also, like I said, we've built a massive English-Irish community, Irish-UK community, and as a result, we're all very social people, and there's a lot of things to do outside of work.
Great, that's fascinating. Sign me up. Time for a last question if anyone has one. I think I've asked. Oh, here you go, sir.
I just want to ask about people who require a visa or work permit, and if it's a couple and one of them is European and the other one is non-national that requires visa or work permit. Have you experienced with this kind of thing? If you like to hire both of them, and if yes, how does it work? If no, no.
It depends a little bit on the department. So, for example, we have people working for us for the retailer desk from China, from Japan, from Korea, for example, because we support the areas there as well. And then we, as an employer, take care of all these visa things, work permit, etc., etc. However, for the UK and Ireland department, we don't, simply because we don't have the need to apply for. We get so much candidates, or enough candidates that apply for these departments, that we said, like, okay, only when it's needed for company purposes, we do these things, and otherwise not. When you're talking about being a couple, yeah, there's always exceptions to the rules. So yeah, we could look into that, depending, of course, on all the circumstances. Yeah.
Great, okay. Thank you so much for that. I know you have a stand out there as well, giving away lovely key rings, if you want everyone to think you have a Mercedes-Benz. Thank you so much to Cicely and to Aisling from Mercedes-Benz. And if you do go to Maastricht, I said this earlier, but send us a postcard to let us know you're having a lovely time. Round of applause for our lovely speakers. Thank you so much.